Hi, coloring friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you and thank you for spending some time with me today. So, in this video, it's all about whips. And usually it's one of my goals to finish as many whips as possible throughout the new year. But this year it's actually not one of my focus goals because this year I rather wanted to focus on starting uncolored books, to get on with my collection, to fill them up with more color. However, let's have a look which pages I have already managed to complete this year. You can see the stack here. It's 9 pages. This is the one part of this video, and in the second half, I want to show you how many new started pages I have already added in the first half year of 2024. And let me show you. Here's the stack of the books that I have added new whips. So, by the way, just recently I had a video about having a whip lifestyle. I love this term, having a whip lifestyle, and I showed all the pages that I'm currently working on in July. So just a very small selection of whips which are not included in this video. So if you have missed it, check it out. I will link it up in the corner for you. And now, before we get started, basically, let's talk about you. What do you think about having whips? Does it bother you? Can't you sleep when you have too many whips? Or don't you care? Do you embrace it? And how many whips do you have if you also love a whip lifestyle? So I have to say, I embrace my whips. I love them all. And I even still want to finish most of them. There might be a few that I'm not interested anymore, but I don't have a problem if I won't ever finish a page that I'm not interested in coloring anymore. So, and all the other whips that I still love, those pages, I will come back to them at some point. If I would care about all the whips that I have over 100 whips. I couldn't sleep at night. So I don't care. Really, I love them all. And I love having whips at all different stages in the coloring process. I have started ones, I have some that are almost finished. And sometimes, there's a day I want to color and I feel like finishing a page. And then I just look through the whips that are almost completed. I pick one and finish a page off and get the satisfaction of having a completed page this day. So, I love my whip lifestyle, and now let's get started. So, let's get started with one of my focus books. This is Enchanted Faces. I'm in a buddy coloring group, and I usually always have a few whips in this book. And this year I managed to finish 2 whips from the previous years, I have to say. I should have marked them. Okay, here they are. So, this was basically a quickie. One day I just decided that I wanted to have a little coloring session, and I really felt like finishing something off and to make some progress in this book here, because some of the ladies in the group are actually, quite progressed and about to finish this book. So this was, I guess it was even one of the first finishes that I had this year. It was the beginning of February. And then just in the second quarter, I basically managed to finish this whip here. So this was just in the beginning or mid-June, I would say. And I just finished this beautiful lady here. She was really a lot of fun. I was just so in the mood to color Hannah Lynn faces, and on this whip here I hadn't colored the face, so it was just perfect. So I could just continue this page and finish her off and have some fun. And I basically already finished my 3rd page from this book in the 3rd quarter now, so I'm not going to show it yet. So this was Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn, 2 pages done, checked off the list. And then I also worked in Island Cuties by Joshua Dunbar. In this book, I also had a WIP, and it was this one here. I even think that I forgot to show this one in my yearly update on the beginning of a year. You know, I always make a video about how I start the year, how many WIPs I have. So if you want to see basically what I had at the start of this year, I will link it up in the corner for you. Check it out if you're interested. And this was one of the started pages. I just had basically a marker base, and that was all. And then, in May, I just decided I wanted to play with my Artix acrylic paint pens, the brush markers. And this was perfect for it because, I didn't care too much about this page here basically. So it was just perfect to try with new mediums on it and see what I could achieve basically. With those acrylic markers. And if I could shade with them. And I have to say that this worked quite well actually. So this was the third WIP that I finished this year. So then I also finished a WIP from Jasmine Beckett Griffiths' Mermaids coloring book. I'm very happy actually that I finished this one. It's a little bit difficult to show you because I have my tripod just there. So it's in the way. However, this is the page that was started. I think it was even started last year during May for Mermaid when I was in a coloring slump. So I just played with Crayola super tips on her tail, on her skin, on everything. Had a lot of fun. It worked very good on this paper. And then I left it behind, and this year I thought I really wanted to go back to this book. I really wanted to finish something from Jasmine Beckett Griffiths, so this was very important to me, basically. I actually wish I would have colored more in this book, but on the other hand, I also want to color in as many different books as possible. So, maybe, who knows, maybe I will color something in October from a Halloween book. To just add a little bit more, a few more pages to Jasmine Beckett Griffiths. And here I actually, it from my completed pages video. It's not too long ago that I published this one. By the way, if you've missed my completed pages video for the second quarter, check it out up in the corner. I will link it for you. I could need some more thumbs up on this video, to be honest. So, if you have missed it, check it out. So this was Jasmine Beckett Griffiths, the fourth page that I have finished this year. And, checked off my WIPs list that I started with this year. So then, I also could check off some WIPs from this book here, Fairy and Fantasy 2 by Christine Caron. And this book, I had played last year a lot with the Crayola super tips, and I had several started pages in this book here. I don't like to have Christine Caron pages as uncompleted, I don't know. I really want to finish them. And this was just one of those. This was quite progressed actually. So almost the whole page was done, just some little details were missing and the background. And then, since this was a quickie to finish her off, I just grabbed it in the beginning of February and did the background, played with my stencil and some stencil paste here. I always love to do that. Add some embellishments, just have fun with my mixed mediums and finish her off. So she was a quickie. I had this instant satisfaction of having a page completed and was a lot of fun. And then I also wanted to finish another page. So this was basically the first page that I had played with when I tried out the Crayola super tips. And to be honest, this page I wasn't that excited for anymore. But I just decided that I still wanted to complete it because it wasn't a lot of work that I had to invest, just the background. And I did a quite easy background here just with some gel crayons, like a sky, a little bit of grass. And there were some details that I had to color in. and that's it. And it has a snail, I really like to color pages that have snails in them. I make this one of my tiny targets or tiny goals, if you so will. Haven't done many pages with snails this year so far, but would love to do some more. However, this is not the most exciting page for me, I have to admit, but I'm happy that this one is finished. So, this was Christine Karen with Fairy and Fantasy 2. Then I also finished a started page in Fairy and Fantasy 3, also by Christine Karen, and yeah, this is one of my progress books, if you so will, or how do other color tubers say it? Workbooks? Focus books? I don't know. This is one of my 10 books to finish eventually. I think I'm halfway through now. And yeah, this was a whip from last year or the previous year. I started this page when the Artix pencils came out, the small sets, so the first time when they came out, and played with those pencils, tried it out on this paper. I have to say that the Artix pencils work quite well on this better Amazon paper. I was quite happy with them. And so, this is often when I start a new page, when I want to try something out, play a little bit with something, and then somehow I lose track of it. I don't know why. And then at some point I just come back to it and finish it off. And the same it was with this page here. So it wasn't a whole lot to do. It was a quickie to finish, more or less, so to speak. And yeah, I'm happy that I have finished this one now. And that I added another page to this book here, which is halfway completed. So then I also had a whip in my Fantasy and Fairy Cuties by Daria Sakisoy. This is her coloring book number 8. I have to say this is one of my favorite books of hers, I think. This is also one of my progress books or workbooks, focus books. Yeah, one of my 10 books to complete eventually. And this was the page that I had started last year. And actually I had a good progress on this one. But then, usually when a quarter ends, I reset everything. I put all the pages aside. Unless I really want to finish a page because I enjoy the process so much. But usually, I just reset everything, start with a new collection of books that I want to work in, and that's what happened to this page, basically. And, we went into, I think, more the Halloween, autumn section, and then really I had to leave this one behind here. I couldn't continue to work on this one, and said, okay, we'll finish it next year. Not a problem. And it wasn't a problem. I enjoyed to finish it this year. So it was a lot of fun just working on the background with my gel crayons, doing a sky, doing some grass, finishing up some of the details that were missing. And yeah, finishing up those bees here. So added some stickles. And yeah, so quite happy with this page here. And then my last completed work in progress from previous years is from Chibi Girls Grayscale, 4 books in 1 by Jade Summer. And this was really a long-standing whip. I think I had it at least for 2 years. When I also started this page, I started this one because I wanted to try out how it is to color this really dark grayscale here. And I actually enjoyed it, actually. It's definitely different. I have to admit it. It's different. Still, I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. And yeah, I don't know. Then didn't find the time to finish this one, even though I enjoyed this page so much. I loved how it was going, how it was looking so far. And yeah, I don't know why it took me so long, but then decided it's time. I really want to have this one here finished. And now I can finally go ahead and, color a second page from this book here, hopefully. And I use more than just alcohol markers. I really like to shade in these pages. It's just my way of coloring. So yeah, so this was the last page, the last WIP that I had completed in this year. So if you've counted with me, it's 9 pages, 9 WIPs that I have managed to complete this year already. So and now, let's have a look which new pages I have added to my WIP collection. And whoops, there's a little bit of dirt. So I'm showing you the pages in no particular order. The first one that I want to show you is from Fairy and Fantasy 5. This is a new book by Christine Caron. I just got it really in the last days of last year, or maybe in the first days of this year, can't remember. And then immediately I started this page here. The background is already done. The skin is done, and then we have a marker base. So now I just need to go in and finish off basically some of the details, the flowers basically. And this is something that I would love to do in this quarter. So I think I will get this done. So do we want to count? So one of you is counting and writing it into the comment section. So this is 1. Oh yeah, I remember when the year started, I wanted to play with those shiny watercolors for backgrounds. And I also had mentioned this in my first coloring update video. I was playing with it. I wanted to try this out, and that's another reason why I really love to start new pages, when I just want to try something out and play with it. And yeah, that's what I did here. So this was Colera Paints, and I did a few pages basically to play with it. So to try out some of those colors, to see which ones just go very well. And I think that I really like blue, the blue shiny colors for backgrounds here. And both pages are by Renata Berta Art, and they had like a pattern in the background, which I knew I didn't want it to color. So this was just perfect to try out this background method. And then I also wanted to try out one of the shiny or glittery watercolor paints by Rebecca, by the Art Spirits. And so I started this page here. This is by Sakuems. I never actually colored a page from Sakuems, so actually I thought it was time. So yeah, and at some point, I always think that my started pages, at some point I will continue them and finish them. So this one is started. Then I also started another page from A Fairy Lives in Every Garden by Destiny Lauritsen. This is also one of my 10 books to finish. So I started a page for Valentine's Day. This one here. And when the quarter was over, as I said, I just resetted myself. Had a new stack of books that I wanted to color in. And so this page wasn't finished so far, but since this is one of my 10 books to finish, I'm pretty sure that I will come back to it. So, and I love it. I love how it's coming out so far. I mean, there's a little mistake that I made, but I tried out a bouquet background with gel crayons, if that would work. And yeah, so I'm quite happy with it. It's okay for me. So then, in the last quarter, I really wanted to tackle some very detailed pages, and I knew from the beginning that I wouldn't be able to finish all of those detailed pages. This one is from Elvira Pawlikowska. She has this beautiful book, which is available in PDF and also as a physical book, I think. And yeah, I really love this Japanese landscape page here, and wanted to create a beautiful sunset background, which I did. And here I use the Artix acrylic paint markers, brush markers, or brush pens, however you want to call them. And I love how it's going. I love how it's coming out. I just hadn't had the time to get back to it. But I'm pretty sure that I will finish it because I love the outcome so far. Definitely going back to this one. And then I also had some new, how you call it? Those watercolor paints that change the colors, you know? Oh, I will blend in the word that I'm missing now. I just can't come up with it now. However, I wanted to play with those watercolors, so I did this background. I have some very ugly buckling here. I need to put some books on it, I think. Maybe it will disappear when I start to color it. Yeah, however, that's why I started this page here. Yeah, and then you have seen it in one of my coloring update videos. I have started a double spread page in Kirby's Mesomorphia. And it's this page here. I wanted to play with the distress inks. No, the distress oxide inks, which I did here on the background. I have a video on that. And I also wanted to play with Neocolor 2 on those rocks. Unfortunately, those are not finished yet. So this is something that I need to do. Yeah, double spreads are always a little bit intimidating, but this year I didn't. This year I just really wanted to tackle them, to tackle detailed pages, to tackle double spreads, to tackle everything that I fancy. And yeah, but this is still a whip, but I'm pretty sure that this one will get done at some point, hopefully in this quarter. And then I had this book new this year, Garden Lady by Lana Green Art. And of course I wanted to play in this book and to start something. So, and I had started this page here. So this is almost done. I will finish it this quarter, I think. And then I have another new book. This was Wildflower Folk from Christine Caron. It's not new this year, but it took me ages to get it. It was always sold out. And then at some point I had luck and I got it, and I had started this page here when I was in a coloring slump this year in May. This seems to be a thing that I always in a coloring slump in May. So that's why I don't get why I don't have so many mermaids colored, I think. But yeah, I started this book here with this page. Tried out the paper and so on. And then I have 2 more whips in Mysographic. This is The Fairy Wonderland by Fabiana Attanasio, a book that I absolutely adore. The pages are quite detailed though, so they are taking some time for me. And I find the paper just extremely smooth, so I struggle a little bit with my pencils on them, or on the paper. And yeah, but still, I had the most control about with my pencil. So this is all colored with pencil so far, and so it is taking me, of course, a while. Usually, I like to work with mixed mediums to speed up the process and just increase the fun. But since this page is so beautiful, I really don't want to mess it up. And yeah, I just work around it slowly, and I will get this one done. And then there are so many more beautiful pages in this book that I also want to color. So, and the last whip is Mysographic Aviary. Yeah, I have one page finished this last quarter, and I still have this whip here. I think this one I also started in the first quarter when I was playing with those shiny backgrounds here. This looks so cool. It has this violet, and depending on how you look at it, it has blue color. It looks so cool. I don't know. I need to check out if I can somehow film this for you. I love this effect, this color shifting colors. I love how this one is coming along, and yeah, I really fancy finishing this quarter. I hope I will have the time. It's just always a matter of time. So, and that's basically all, and I will leave you now. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up to show me a little bit of love. And yeah, I hope I will see you next week. Happy coloring, everyone, and bye.